Hey people, how you're doing today? To get Destiny here, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to another African Black people we need to wake up. I'll say this is like a playlist here on this channel. So welcome back to my channel. Okay. So today's video, it's a very interesting video that's going to get you thinking. Okay. So it's the video I did of the rabbi talking about how we Africans were descendants of Israel and how the Bible story was ours. I got a lot of comments, like I said in my other video, that this whole process creating this type of content, I'm educating myself, okay? And I know some people are being educated and finding out things that they might not even know. So these comments keep coming up and saying that, oh, you people were the one that you Africans sold us to the colonial master, to the white man, and that's how there was even slavery in the first place, yada, yada, yada. And that just, like, because I know some little bit of history, okay, really coming from this part of Africa, the west part of Africa. So I'm just like, okay, let's see how true it is. And I saw this video of this professor talking about how that wasn't the case. Africans didn't sell Africans for slavery, that the Europeans literally came and they did their thing and stole people. Anyway, guys, I need you guys to see this video and then we'll talk.
For 1,500 years that the Ottoman Turks had put in place, and they partnered with the Western European. And that's what really fueled the transatlantic slave trade, not Africans selling Africans. Let me say that again, it's a myth, this thing about Africans selling Africans. I'm sure that happened with a few greedy, sick people. But for the most part, Africans were fighting to save Africans. That you'll find in our oral tradition all through our history. But we were outgunned and outnumbered by military people. We were not military societies. It's a myth about the great African warrior. We didn't need a great warrior because we didn't fight wars. So stop that myth trying to imitate the white man. When we had to meet people on the battlefield, we did get ready and we did fight in self-defense. But we did not have armies of aggression sitting around waiting to kill anybody or invade anybody. So the African warrior thing is a myth. All Africans were warriors. All were obligated to protect their society and defend the integrity of their village and their city and their town. And you will find that if you go into West Africa and you study the history and you go up to Salaga, one of the biggest slave camps in West Africa, and hear their story. If you go to Paga, along the borders of Burkina Faso and Ghana, and see the slave camps up in those mountains and hear their stories, then you'll know how our people fought to keep us from being captured and taken into slavery.
American government, whoever the authority there is, I am talking to you now. I am African. I no get scared for nothing. I beg, why are my people paying for a DNA ancestry test? You kidnapped them from their homeland. You took them, and you still making them pay $200, $100 to do an ancestry test about where they belong? I beg, bring them back. We want them back, all of them. Before we couldn't.
Most definitely what she said. And you know what's even crazy about capitalism being able to monetize stealing us and then monetizing us want to know where we were stolen from? There's actually a few of my fellow African Americans that believe our ancestors just conformed to the slave trade as business as usual because, man, they was the one that sold us into slavery. Let's turn this into a teachable moment for y'all, man. Example number one, Alfonso I, King of Congo in the 1500s. In 1526, the King of Congo sent desperate letters to the King of Portugal urging him to control his own subjects and to respect the alliance in the common Catholic faith that bound the Europeans and the Africans together. See, because King Alfonso believed that if he converted his folks to being Catholic, that this would convince the Portuguese to seeing their humanity and seeing them as Christians and thus stop enslaving them.
Man, you can't say that was stealing us. They was just giving us away.
Number two, Queen Azinga was such a gangster in resisting Portuguese slavery and colonialism that after she was kicked out of her country, she was able to go settle another one and make that a safe haven for escaped enslaved Africans because they were literally trying to steal and enslave people in the continent. Number three, if that ain't enough, let's take it to this study from West African slave resistance from the 17th to 19th century, man. First, while some Africans participated in the slave trade, large populations of Africans resisted not only their own personal capture, but their slave trade itself. Resistance was not merely against slavery or the trading that was taking place with the Europeans, but resistance was against the institution, no matter the final outcome or destination. Number 4, the fact that we're acknowledging that a lot more of us was actually stolen from Africa than was actually sold from Africa does not take responsibility or culpability away from the people in Africa that actually sold us. Number 5, that girl Yoli making this video was so powerful because so many of us in this country have been bamboozled into believing that Africans just inherently do not like us and that's why they sold us. My last point, man, the American government was one of the main beneficiaries of chattel slavery. You see what I'm saying? So it makes sense that they should have to be the ones that's footing the bill for us, not only to learn where we came from, but goddamn, I get a ticket back or something.
For me, what the professor said made a lot of sense, because if you look the African people, and I feel that is like more like our strength and also our weakness at the same time. If it's an African person is not in out to get to like, oh, we're going to fight war, we're going into this. Please, guys, let's just ignore those kids. Okay, they're on holiday. So, an average African person is not out for war. Like, say, oh, I'm going to fight war today. Or like, we're not built like that, really. Because if we're built like that, the white man will not even survive. So, what he said kind of made sense. I'm going to give my 2 cents on what I know and share what I know so far about slavery and in Africa and especially West Africa. So, I would say personally is that when it comes to like the West Africa kind of slavery, okay, because I'm from West Africa, I'm from Nigeria, so I know a little bit of that history that I was told, okay? It's not as if I was there, okay? But there was what was said was that happened was that during the colonization and all that, some people, it wasn't as if the chief, the kings were like giving out their people out, like, oh, go and take our people, take our families and go and use them. No, it wasn't like that. It was more like some criminals were doing that, okay? Because then there was a lot of tension in Africa because these foreigners are in our ground and all that. So there was this tension that was rising. So it was more like, but they were not fighting. So there were people that these white people could get in touch with and they were like, make a deal with. Some of them were prominent people. Some of them were just like thugs, and promised them like, you know what, if you can bring such a number of people for me, then I'll give you such a number of money, wealth, power, and all that. And these people go to another village. It's not their own people. So it's more like they pitched Africa against each other, where this person will go to this community, steal people, kidnap people, bring them to the white man and sell it to them. That was how it was working. Yes, it was a well-known trade that was going on there, but it was more like it's not coming from me. And I feel like we still have that type of mentality because it's not affecting us directly. We're just more like, I'm saying we black people, okay? We brown people. I said I'm going to stop calling us black people. We brown people, okay? So I feel like they feel, okay, no, these are not our people. So we can make money, we can make wealth with this foreigner. So I kind of agree with some of the people saying that we should, but it was more like low key, is more like some illegal stuff that are being traded on now. Even though everybody knows they are doing it, it's illegal, but just do it. It was almost like that at a particular time. So it wasn't as if, oh, the chief just sat down and like, you know what, I'm going to write down this number of people, go and take them and all that. No, most of them were kidnapped and they were done mostly by criminals. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Do you like your own thoughts? I just want to know your thoughts, okay, on their entire thing, okay? Because I love reading from you guys. All right, but do it respectfully, because some people will just be like, be nasty. But I still love those ones that are just like out here for us to have an honest conversation and pass in information to each other and educate each other. I like appreciate you guys. I see you guys, okay? You're the reasons why I come back with this type of videos, okay? So anyway, guys, that's about it. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and share this video with someone that you want to be part of the conversation. And I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.